Basically, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of every welcome.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of every fun.
All right. Hello, Grand Rising, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Hello, Mr. Hotel. Nessie X in the house. I saw the elder Barbara Rashad in the house. All right. Shout out to you. Nessie X, Wavy though, Eileen, Tradinia, Vince I am from the UK, Bronze Flat Power God. Edward is here. Kenyatta, Chief Jonesy, Eduardo, Janelle, Cherokee Descendant Dale. All right, my aunt Egypt. Okay, Kajima, Silent D, y'all son. Okay, Renz G, All Hell No Truths No TV. Okay, Mr. Nice One is here. Let's get into it. Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. I see you, Tina and Desmond Slick, Rick in the house, Buana. Okay, Princess G. So with that all being said, let's get into it because the lawsuits clearly continue to fly. Okay, this is all so nefarious. All right, so everyone, please get those likes up. You all know they have the Queen Shadow Band. Hey, Maurice. All right, Queen, I've been here since 2020. I've never followed anyone this long on YouTube. Thank you, Maurice, beloved. I appreciate you. All right, Sugar Mama. Okay, so let's get into it. First things first, you all know there's a myriad of lawsuits that have been filed and seeking compensation. Now, people are saying, oh, they're out to get a bag and all this stuff. Well, yeah, some of them are absolutely. That's all they're in for is to get a bag. And quite frankly, I don't believe all of these stories. Specifically the one that I heard about Jamie Foxx. It all sounds crazy to me, but I wasn't there, so what do I know? Okay. Saladin said, child, these lawsuits. Okay, Battle X said the Queen is looking just fabulous. Thank you, beloved. And so with that all being said, for those of you that celebrate the nefarious holiday today, happy Thanksgiving to y'all, but I don't partake in it. I call it Thanksgiving. But anyway, I digress. Okay. Miss Hotel said, woo, child, this is all sick. Tradinia, hey, beloved, said Queen is queening. Okay, so now let's get into it. Sally D said, the only one I believe is P Demon. Right. Okay, now, so I'm going to pull up this TikTok video that I did early this morning. I mean, it was really, you could say it was last night. It was after midnight. Okay. But anyway, I want you all to see this. And then I was talking really fast, trying to get the information out, and then we'll break it all down. Please pay attention. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. So ever since Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy and he settled so quickly, that has caused a flurry of lawsuits to come about. Let's get into it. So Jamie Foxx has had a suit filed against him for an incident that allegedly happened in 2015. A woman says that Jamie pulled her by the arm, took her off to the side when she was with her friend, and started touching on her inappropriately. And now she claims to be disabled and having a host of a myriad of other problems as well. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but some of these things are not being done just because Cassie filed the lawsuit and spoke out and Diddy settled it so quickly. It's also because of the Adult Survivors Act that is supposed to end on tomorrow, November the 24th. And, but two senators are saying that when they come back in January, they're going to revisit it because some people want it extended. But this is why a flurry of lawsuits are coming out, because people are trying to beat the clock. That's also why Cassie was forced to file a lawsuit, according to an attorney and legal expert by the name of Niyama Ramani. Now, he has nothing to do with Cassie. He's not one of her attorneys, but just speaking in a legal stance, he said that because her parties and Diddy's people couldn't come to a negotiation agreement, then she had no choice but to file the lawsuit because the clock was ticking. She had a deadline. And so that's what happened with that. Please pay attention. Then there's Cuba Gooding Jr., who's had these type of allegations in the past, but now he has two new suits filed against him. Then there's Jimmy Iovine, who says that he's never had anyone claim anything like this about him. But this woman clearly says that he was forcefully touching her and doing things to her. And this was from an incident that I believe happened in 2007. Then earlier this month, L.A. Reid already had a suit against him by a woman named Drew Dixon, who supposedly worked for him at Arista. She says that he assaulted her and harassed her. Former Bad Boys president Harv Pierre has also been accused. A woman says that he exploited her and groomed her. Axl Rose is also being sued for an alleged incident that occurred in 1989. Now, he says he doesn't know who this woman is. The most that he could think of is maybe she was a fan and he took a picture. But other than that, he has no recollection of this woman or having anything to do with her. Now, right now, these are all allegations. These things have not been proven to be true as of yet. My thing is, some of these women are likely telling the truth. Some of them may absolutely just be telling lies to get a bag. Like the woman talking about Jamie Foxx touching her and all of that. Now she's disabled and has all these problems. Well, that just sounds crazy to me. Now, I'm not saying it isn't true because who am I to judge? And nor, I don't even know this woman, but I'm just giving my opinion. It sounds crazy. Okay, but for the rest of these stories, well, you know, some of these things absolutely could have happened. And just because someone's trying to get compensated doesn't mean that they're lying necessarily. Some people feel they should be compensated for their pain and trauma and for punitive damages, so to speak. Just as when someone is deleted by the police and then the people sue in civil court, okay, to get compensation for the loss of their loved one. Okay, I'm sorry, but how does that not make sense to any of you? For those of you who are saying, oh, they just want a bag. Well, yeah, civil suits are always about getting money, about getting a bag. It's about compensation. That doesn't negate the fact that these things actually could have happened to these people. Please pay attention. And also, for the things that Cassie said about Diddy as far as the abuse and all of that, well, there's other people who've said numerous things about Diddy over the years. We've all heard them, I'm sure. And so everyone can't be lying and everybody can't just be saying these things, making it up. Diddy's own former bodyguard, Gene Dill, had some things to say. So let's get into that.
Oh, did you hear about the fact that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht? Wow, I ain't hear about that. He broke Kim. Let's say allegedly, but it was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht.
Gene Dill also had this to say about another incident that happened between Diddy and Kim.
That's the night I was called by Paul to meet him over at St. Luke's Hospital. He had a white T-shirt wrapped around his wrist because Kim had took the cork, you know, when you open up wine, the corkscrew. She took the corkscrew and caught him on his wrist, defending himself. And he almost, I know he tore some ligament, but he almost hit an artery. I came close to the.
If I were Diddy and the things that Cassie said about me were not true, I'd have rather had my day in court. Okay, I wouldn't have wanted to settle it so quickly. I would have wanted to vindicate myself and prove that I didn't do any of these things and that I'm not the person that I was being painted to be. But if I was guilty, I would have settled that lawsuit real quick, fast, and in a hurry before anything else came out of the wash. Please pay attention. With that all being said, TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. All right, I'm just saying how to make it all make sense. But let me just show you all this real quick. Is this what he's talking about? I don't know. I'm just showing this. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Is this what he's talking about? Hold on. I'm on the wrong share. Hold on just a second. Here we go. Now, is that what he's talking about? I have questions. Is this what he's talking about? Because when this picture was taken in 2011, right around the time he said that Kim fought back and cut him with a corkscrew. Well, Diddy at the time said that he'd had repair some type of surgery on his shoulder to repair an old injury or something of the fact. So y'all can sit down, all of these men out here, okay, who are trying to act like Cassie made it all up and she was just trying to get it back. Well, of course. But that doesn't mean that Diddy didn't do every single thing that she said. And guess what? The bad news for you guys that are riding Diddy's coattails, that are kissing his boots, all right? The bad news for you is there's going to be more nefarious allegations coming out on Diddy. I promise you. Sit back and wait, okay? I saw it in a dream. It's all going down. Please pay attention. All right. Please pay attention. Dave Bruno said, don't forget Bill Cosby settled out of court too. At the end of the day, Bill Cosby went to prison. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, here's the thing. Sometimes people do settle out of court because their attorneys tell them to do so. They advise them to do so. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're guilty. But my thing is, Diddy settled it in less than 24 hours. I'm sorry. Make it all make sense. That's the fastest settlement in the history of SA lawsuits. That's the fastest settlement. And another thing is this. Diddy's team alleged that Cassie was blackmailing them. Now, they didn't use the word blackmail, but they said for 6 months she had been demanding $30 million, and said that if she didn't get it, she was going to write a book telling all. That's called blackmail, okay? Which is absolutely illegal. So if Cassie were doing that, why didn't Diddy's attorneys inform him that he could press charges against her for blackmail, have her locked up, and then he wouldn't have had to give her a dime? But you know what I heard as to why he settled that lawsuit so quickly? Well, because they say that Cassie knows exactly what happened to Kim Porter. All right? Knows exactly what happened to Kim Porter. And she likely does. Okay? Hold on. You all are something else. Diddy knew all of this was coming. That's why he gave back publishers to certain artists and made them sign NDAs not to speak against him, his son, and his mother. Exactly. That's what I said days ago, beloved. That's exactly what I said, honey. Diddy thought he was slick. Here's the thing. They claimed that Cassie had been asking them for the $30 million for 6 months. What actually occurred is they were negotiating for 6 months. And so because they were in negotiations with Cassie, Diddy already knew what might happen. And that's exactly why he gave those people back those publishing and told them to sign NDAs so nobody could come out and speak against him. We know his history, but hold on, because this is what I forgot to show you all yesterday. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. This is what I forgot to show you all yesterday. I have this posted on my Twitter. Let me share my screen. Now, I find this also interesting. The Diddy apologists can all sit down somewhere at this point. Okay? The receipts continue to come out. All right? You can't defend the defenseless or the indefensible. Exactly. Now, here's the thing. So they said that Kim Porter's wiki page was suddenly taken down by Diddy, is what they're saying. Now, I don't know if that's true, but when you type her name in, it goes straight to his page. Now, somebody explain that. Y'all see that? Now, you may not be able to get a good view of it, but at the end of the day, you can go to my Twitter and see it up close, because it clearly is showing that when you type in Diddy's name, let me see if I can enhance it. Nope, that's not going to work. Well, it clearly shows that when you type in Kim's name, Diddy's information comes up. So I have several questions. Why would her wiki be taken down the day after Cassie filed that lawsuit? I have a host of questions. Love Her said he also blocked them from putting her book out too. I bet he did. So with that all being said, but hold on, because let's talk about all these lawsuit allegations first. Let's break this all down, and then I have some more audio for you all to hear. All right? Let's get into it. Now, first of all, let's start with L.A. Reid, because these allegations came out against him early November. L.A. Reid sued for assault and harassment. Drew Dixon, a former Arista executive, claims the music mogul assaulted her 2 times in 2001, once on a private plane and another in the back of Reid's private car. So she filed the lawsuit making all these allegations. Now, Dixon sued in the Southern District of New York on Wednesday under the Adult Survivors Act. See, I want you all to pay attention. This is another thing. Like I said in my TikTok video, you all are wondering why all these people are coming out of the woodwork. Didn't 50 Cent tell y'all days ago after Diddy settled with Cassie? He said, here they come, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's right, because Cassie opened up the floodgates. So the ones who didn't know that that Adult Survivors Act was about to expire, when they heard that, they said it's now or never. I got to do what I got to do. Please pay attention. Now, it goes on to say that she filed it on Wednesday under the Adult Survivors Act, which opened up a 1-year window for victims of offenses to file a civil suit against their abuser outside the statute of limitations expiration date. The window closes on November the 24th. Now, Dixon has been a vocal supporter of the 2022 Act for coming forward to the New York Times in 2017 to accuse Russell Simmons, another mega producer who co-founded Def Jam Records, recordings of Grape. Simmons has denied her claim. Now, in the same interview, there was a brief mention that Dixon also faced continued harassment from Antonio Marquise, L.A. Reid, and that's L.A. Reid's son, during her music career. And at the time, Reed said in a statement he apologized for if his words were misinterpreted. In the suit, Dixon claims her encounters with Reed went beyond just harassment, but about 2 instances of S assault. I'm just going to say the word because I'm not going to remember to keep not saying it, okay? YouTube just have to do what they have to do. Now, once on a private plane and another in the back of L.A. Reid's car. L.A. Reid is a known predator who uses his singular professional powers to force himself on victims. This is what Miss Dixon said he's a known predator. Now, in my case, his persistent campaign of sexual harassment and assault forced me to abandon the work that I've loved when I was at the top of my game in the music business, having worked my way up from internships and a job as a receptionist. In 2017, Reed departed from Epic Records. I'm not going to get into all that. I think we've all heard enough. This is what she has alleged about L.A. Reid. Now, let's move on to Jimmy Iovine. Well, Jimmy Iovine issued summons for sexual abuse harassment allegations from anonymous accuser. A Jane Doe anonymous accuser has issued summons with notice to veteran music executive Jimmy Iovine, accusing him of sexual abuse and harassment, among other allegations. Now, representatives for the plaintiff filed the summons earlier today in the Supreme Court of the state of New York County. Now, court documents do not go into explicit detail about the nature of the allegations, but claim that Doe has suffered as a result of being sexually abused, forcibly touched, and subjected to sexual harassment and retaliation and violation of the anti-discrimination laws in or around August of 2007. They say, we are quite shocked and baffled by this alleged claim. Now, this is what Iovine's spokesperson said to Variety. They say, this inquiry is the first we've heard of this matter. No one has ever made a claim like this against Jimmy Iovine, nor have we been contacted or made aware of any complaint by anyone, including this unknown plaintiff, prior to now. So then we have Axl Rose. Axl Rose accused of violent sexual assault by former model in 1989. 1989 is when they say this all happened. So Axl Rose was accused of sexual assault and battery by model Sheila Kennedy in a New York state lawsuit filed Wednesday. And pay attention, these are all being filed in New York. So clearly it's about the Adult Survivors Act. Now, filed on Wednesday, according to documents obtained by Fox News Digital. The Guns N' Roses lead singer used his fame, status, and power as a celebrity and performer in the music industry to manipulate, control, and violently sexually assault Kennedy. Simply put, this incident never happened. Okay, notably, these fictional claims were filed the day before the New York State filing deadline expires. This is what Rose's attorney said, Alan S. Gutman. Gutman said that in a statement. Now, he says, though he doesn't deny the possibility of a fan taking a fan photo taken in passing, Mr. Rose has no recollection of ever meeting or speaking to the plaintiff and has never heard about these fictional allegations prior to today. Mr. Rose is confident this case will be resolved in his favor. Now, Kennedy's claim was filed the day before the New York Adult Survivors Act expired, which allowed sexual assault survivors to file lawsuits against alleged abusers after the statute of limitations ran out. So there you have it. This is another one trying to beat the deadline. Now, Kennedy's representative, Dr. Ann Olivarius, chair of the executive committee of at McAllister Olivarius, told Fox Digital that we expect that Sheila Kennedy's decision to file this suit will be an important turning point for the music industry. Her account is unfortunately all too typical of a culture of violence and sexual misconduct that has been allowed to exist in plain sight for decades. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. You all know good and darn well, you've all heard about the casting couch, where they want these women to have relations with them, or you're not going to be able to move up. That's why a lot of people say, oh, so-and-so slept her way to the top. Well, maybe so-and-so was given ultimatums, but let me continue. Now, saying that it's not just individual musicians stepping out of line, but an industrial system of enabling them and then covering up their misconduct and crimes, silencing survivors, and normalizing sexual assault. Yeah, the music industry, highly weird, all happens. We hope Sheila's bravery helps other victims find their voice. Kennedy, a former Penthouse Pet of the Year, claimed that Rose assaulted her in a hotel room shortly after they met at a nightclub in 1989. Rose, whose full name is William Bruce Rose Jr., allegedly invited Kennedy back to his hotel room for a party with his friend, David Andrew Ricky Rockman, who wouldn't allow Kennedy's friends because she wasn't hot enough for his taste. Well, he better be glad because he might be getting a lawsuit too. And so he should be glad. Now, Kennedy apologized to her friend and joined Rose and Rockman and another model invited by Rockman to go from the nightclub to Rose's luxury suite at a hotel on Central Park West. Once at the hotel room, additional acquaintances joined the party, and Rose provided cocaine, champagne, and alcohol to his guests in the suite. Now, the party was full swing, and there were many people in the suite. Eventually, Rose told Rockman to clear the suite of everyone except Kennedy and the other model, and Rockman did so. Kennedy became uncomfortable witnessing Rose having sex with the other model. Rose was aggressive in a way that appeared painful for the model. The encounter quickly became not just uncomfortable, but disturbing. Rockman and Kennedy went down the hallway into a back bedroom to talk then. Suddenly, she claimed to have heard objects being thrown and the sound of glass shattering. She also claimed to hear Rose screaming at the model and warned Rockman, "It's going to get bad." Kennedy then allegedly heard Rose storming down the hallway toward them, and upon seeing Kennedy, Rose screamed at her, "What the F are you doing here?" She claimed that Rose grabbed her by her robe and knocked her to the floor in the hallway. Now, if this is lies, it's very detailed, but let me continue. Kennedy then allegedly heard Rose storming away. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that part. While Kennedy was still on the ground, Rose grabbed her by the hair and dragged her across the suite to his bedroom. This was very painful for Kennedy and caused her knees to bleed from scraping on the rug. Rose allegedly tied Kennedy's hands behind her back with a pantyhose that was nearby and then proceeded to assault her. According to the lawsuit, Rose's abuse of Kennedy had lifelong emotional, physical, psychological, and financial impacts on Kennedy's life. Kennedy claimed that she was diagnosed with anxiety and depression due to the assault. She also said her career has suffered. Well, this all sounds clearly nefarious. Again, these are all accusations. Now, Rose's assault has caused Kennedy all types of issues, okay? Physical and emotional intimacy, Kennedy's ability to trust men, form healthy relationships, and participate in trusting and safe sexual encounters was irreversibly impacted. Ooh, this is a lot. Monica said, "Queen, a lie has no details. Pay attention," okay? She's very specific. All right, now let's continue. You all tell me your thoughts on all of this. Now, we've covered Axel in LA. Now, who's next? Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. hit with 2 civil suits related to New York City sex assaults. Now, actor Cuba Gooding Jr. was slapped with 2 lawsuits on Wednesday from 2 women seeking damages for the anguish they endured when the Oscar winner groped and forcibly kissed them in separate incidents in New York City. See, they're all in New York. Please pay attention. One plaintiff somewhat naively agreed to wait on Gooding Jr.'s table at the Lavo Club on the evening of September the 9th, 2018, and after her coworker complained that the movie star previously subjected her to inappropriate behavior. Okay, this is what court papers say. Now, the woman was serving the actor's drinks when, without consent or permission, he put his mouth up to the plaintiffs and forced his tongue into her mouth. Gooding Jr., who's 55 years old, pleaded guilty to a downgraded charge of second-degree harassment related to the incident as part of a sweetheart deal in April of 2022, according to the new suit. Now, in the second suit, plaintiff Kelsey Harbert accused Gooding Jr. of placing his hand on her leg and then groping her breast at the Magic House rooftop bar and lounge on June the 9th of 2019. They say the Men of Horror star was intoxicated and in full view of his girlfriend when he ignored Harbert's attempt to remove his hand from her breast and tried to kiss her hand. Harbert said that she filed a police report and Gooding Jr. was arrested for forcible touching her 4 days later. Now, the incident was later included in the actor's 2022 plea deal, and he admitted in court that he had subjected her to non-consensual physical acts. Now, both Harbert and now they're saying Herbert. I don't know if it's Herbert or Harbert. I don't know, maybe typos. But anyway, now the first plaintiff Harvard and the first plaintiff are seeking jury trials for damages related to lost wages, emotional distress, punitive damages, liquidated damages, and attorney's fees. Attorneys for Gooding Jr. did not immediately respond to requests for comment. I bet they didn't. They say the suits were filed under the terms of New York's Adult Survivors Act, set to expire on the 24th. So, like I said, this is why all of this is happening. This is why all of this is happening, okay? Wavy though said, catching him with a boomerang. Absolutely. This hotel said, damn shame. Now we have Harv P. or Harv Pierre. Okay, this is Diddy's president, former president for, hold on, how did this come up? Hold on, beloveds. Wrong article, hold on. Now, this is the former president of Bad Boys. And so here's what they say about him, because this woman said that he was grooming her, which is exactly what Diddy was doing to Cassie as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Grooming. Cassie was 19 years old. Diddy was twice her age. All right. And I have no doubt in my mind that's exactly what he was doing. Okay, here we go. And then I want you all to remember this. Okay, remember this story, because something that I'm going to let you listen to later is going to coincide with this. Okay, former Bad Boy president Label sued for sexual assault and negligence. Less than a week after Sean Diddy Combs was accused, hold on, these nefarious pop-ups. Okay, less than a week after Sean Diddy Combs was accused of rape and sex trafficking by R&B singer Cassie, a longtime executive at his company, Bad Boy Entertainment, is being sued for allegedly grooming and sexually assaulting his assistant. Harv Pierre, the former president of Bad Boy, who met Diddy when they were students together at Howard University, is accused of preying on the Jane Doe plaintiff on multiple occasions in New York City. Okay, this too is in New York, pay attention, and other locations throughout the country. Now, the complaint filed in New York County Supreme Court and obtained by Rolling Stone says that Pierre used his position of authority as plaintiff's boss to groom, exploit, and sexually assault her. Pierre engaged in a year-long pattern of grooming the plaintiff, leading to sexual harassment of the plaintiff and sexual assault. Now, the anonymous assistant alleges that Pierre did all of this on multiple occasions from 2016 to 2017. And as a result, she suffered physical, emotional, and psychological injuries, along with pain and suffering. The woman is seeking damages that will fully and fairly compensate her. Pierre did not immediately reply to a request for comment. The lawsuit also names Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, and Combs Enterprises as co-defendants, accusing the companies of negligence and gender violence. Defendants knew or should have known that Pierre was unfit to be in a position of authority before Pierre sexually assaulted the plaintiff. This is what the lawsuit says. Now, it claims the companies failed to properly supervise Pierre, especially considering his access to individuals like the plaintiff. Now, a Bad Boy spokesperson said, we have recently become aware of a lawsuit filed in New York by a former employee. The allegations are from many years ago that were never brought to the attention of the company. Neither the plaintiff nor the executive are current employees of the company. We are now investigating these allegations, and our top priority is the safety and well-being of our employees. So there's another one. There is another one. And now let's talk about Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx sued by woman over alleged sexual assault in 2015. The suit was filed just 2 days before the expiration date for the New York Survivors Act, which gives adult sexual assault survivors 1 year to sue regardless of when the statute of limitations expired. So another case in New York. Jamie Foxx, the Academy Award-winning actor and musician, is being sued by a woman who claims that he sexually assaulted her at a rooftop bar in August of 2015. Now, I want you all to listen to this, because I think this woman is all cap. This woman, in my opinion, is clearly trying to get money, and she's making up lies to do so, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let's get into it. Now, the suit filed in New York Supreme Court on Wednesday alleges that Foxx fondled the unnamed woman and further violated her after he stuck his hand down her pants. It was filed just 2 days before the expiration date for the New York Survivors Act, which gives adult, okay, we already know that part. Now, representatives for Foxx did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The woman alleges that she and a friend, both of whom had been sitting at a table away from him, says they walked over to ask for a picture with Foxx, who had been having drinks with the co-founder and the owner of the business, Catch NYC and Roof. While they were taking pictures, an intoxicated Foxx roughly grabbed the woman's phone and continued to take more pictures while also making aggressive comments like, "Wow, you have that supermodel body." This is what she says. Now, then he grabbed her arm to pull her to the back of the rooftop, where he slid his hand under her shirt and began grabbing her breast, according to the lawsuit. Now, the woman tried to move away, but Foxx slid his hands into her pants and put his fingers on and in her front and back, is all I'm going to say. This is all egregious. Now, a security guard saw what was going on, but walked away anyway. It adds that, in the lawsuit, it adds that when the woman's friend walked over, Foxx stopped touching her and walked over to the security guard. Also named in the suit are Catch NYC and Roof, the rooftop bar at 21 9th Ave in New York, Catch NYC Incorporated or Inc., and Catch Hospitality Group, and Mark Birnbaum, the owner of Catch. So Catch NYC and Birnbaum did not immediately respond to requests for comments on Wednesday night. Now, the suit alleges that Birnbaum and those working at the bar that night did not do their jobs and were negligent in protecting their clientele. So they're supposed to do security. But let me continue. Birnbaum and Catch's employees had knowledge of Foxx's propensities for aggressive behavior towards females, the potential for unwanted sexual touching, and his bad disposition when consuming excessive alcohol, according to the suit. Now, the woman alleges in the lawsuit that she required medical treatment. Now, I want you all to pay attention, because I'm going to tell you all again what she says. She said that Jamie grabbed her by her arm, pulled her off to the end or the back of the rooftop, put his hands up her shirt, touched her breasts, then put them down her pants and touched the front and the back. Now, from that, she says she has required medical treatment because of this incident, experienced pain and suffering, and continues to feel the effects of the assault, all of which caused her severe emotional distress and anxiety, humiliation, embarrassment, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other physical damages, emotional damages. She also said that she's disabled. The lady said that she's disabled. Now, that's the part that I said, now, hold on. Now, wait a doggone minute. How are you disabled? Now, all the other stuff could be feasible. You know, the trauma and all of that, embarrassment, post-traumatic stress. Okay, yeah. But disabled lady? Danielle said, yikes, please. Disabled lady? I have several questions. First of all, this happened in 2015. Now, the only way I'm going to believe that she was disabled by this act is if in the year of 2015, after this happened, or sometime early in 2016, that she went and applied and was given disability. If she went and applied for it and was given disability, and she was granted disability on the grounds of what Jamie did. Because when you get disability, they have to approve you for it, right? And most people get turned down. So you have to really have something seriously wrong with you to get approved for disability. So my question is, did she get approved for disability? If they go to court, they should ask to see her letter of query, okay, from the Social Security Administration office. Hold on. Vince I Am says, what she being groped in Chernobyl with Jamie Foxx wearing a protective suit? Okay, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Mr. Hotel said, hey, Alexa, play 20 questions by 50 Cent because I have questions. Yeah, me too. Okay, me too. But so anyway, now let's get down with the get down because I wanted you all to hear. I want you all to hear what P. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, said in an interview yesterday. Hold on, I'm going to put his overlay on the screen because I'm not going to show the video. I don't have permission. I'll just share the audio. And then after that, I have some more information from Sloan Bella that I want you all to hear. And remember what I told you about the Harve Pierre situation. When she's talking, please pay attention because he was Diddy's right-hand man at one time. All right, here we go.
You know what I'm saying? Just with this Cassie thing, I didn't know her, but I knew somebody like her, and that was Kim Porter. I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter. So people ask me, yo, and they send me clips of Cassie, I guess it's an affidavit to the courts, you know, of what she experienced. And it's like, it was the same thing Kim was going through. The same thing, bro. Kim was going through the same thing. The beatings, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, and now I could say one time when I know Kim had defended herself, and I told people this, and now everybody, after Cassie report comes out, everybody want to show the picture now. You see a picture on the internet going with Puff, right hand is in a bandage. That's the night I was called by Paul to meet him over at St. Luke's Hospital. He had a white t-shirt wrapped around his wrist because Kim had took the cork, you know, when you open up wine, the corkscrew. She took the corkscrew and caught him on his wrist defending himself. And he almost, I think he hit, I know he tore some ligament, but he almost hit an artery. I came close to the artery or either scratched it or cut it a little bit because he just kept bleeding. And from that point on, it was hooked. That's when I knew, like, I knew when they was talking about people getting addicted and hooked on pain medicines, that's what happened to him. And it was from his right wrist that he's reminded by Kim all the time now.
And looking at this lawsuit, right? And like you said, she did accuse him of abuse in this lawsuit, but she also accused him of sex trafficking in this lawsuit. How you feel about that?
Well, you know, he get the sex trafficking because he took her to different states and had her perform sex acts with different, you know, male prostitutes and different people, sometimes against her will. You know, we look at this and we say, well, that was his girl and she did it on her own. She didn't have to. Man, you can't say that. That was a 19-year-old girl that what they call now groomed by an older man. And yes, she got some of the benefits of being with a billionaire, millionaire, and everything like that. But it's just certain things that he did to groom her and put her into that position that she wanted the career, she wanted to do the music, she wanted to be a performer and all this stuff like that. He held all that over her head, bro. And now that she came out and telling everybody her story and what happened to her, you know, people are finding fault in her. People are saying that she ain't right for putting a lawsuit against him, but she earned every bit of that, bro. And like I said, I only seen bits and pieces of it, but she earned every bit of that. Yo, I heard that he beat her so bad he sent her to Hawaii so she could stay away from people. That's crazy, man. But that's Kim's story. That's Kim's book. That's Kim's book. Did you hear about the fact that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht?
Wow, I ain't hear about that.
He broke Kim. Let's say allegedly, but it was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story. Cassie's book is Kim's book. Bro, when y'all look at this thing and saying force, y'all think that he probably threatened to beat her, threatened to do something like that. That ain't what force is. It could come from the mentality. Yo, he put her in a certain position, in a certain situation, in a certain time in her life. You understand what I'm saying? That she saw no way out other than doing what he told her to do.
Hold on, beloveds. I accidentally clicked off of it.
That's crazy, man. But that's Kim's story. That's Kim's. Yo, he put her in a certain position, in a certain situation, in a certain time in her life. You understand what I'm saying? That she saw no way out other than doing what he told her to do. He had mentally controlled her. It's like a pimp. Diddy had pimp potential. He had her mind messed up where it controlled her. She felt no way out. She felt like if she walked out the door, he wasn't going to do the music no more. If she went somewhere or she ran and didn't want to do that, their relationship not only would have been over, he would have painted a picture that nobody else in the industry would have dealt with her. I seen him do it before. I seen him even tell people on the phone before, like, yo, like he did Wendy Williams. He said it when he was in Cali. When I come back to New York and that BITCH is on the radio. This is Wendy Williams, the hottest radio host in New York City. When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is going to do anything with y'all. No business at all. It ain't going to be no artist, no nothing going to come. He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station.
Wow.
That's the power he had. That's the music industry, bro. That's the music industry. Now you're gonna have guys coming out against Cassie talking about she shouldn't have done that. She should hurry up and did that. Man, you can't say that about a victim. This is what kills me about these guys. These guys get these platforms and they want to talk about, guys like me in the background who saw everything, and I didn't see that because I wouldn't have played that. And people could say what they want to say. Oh, Diddy would have did this. Diddy would have did that. Nah, he wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I told you this before. When he cursed his mother, I said to him, man, if you cuss your mother again, I'm going to beat the shit out you. He said, well, no, Gene, she always in my business. I said, if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have no business. I'm saying that to say this to the women out there. If a man disrespect his mother, you just like an ice cube. You ain't got a chance in hell. Do you understand? That man disrespected his mother. What do we care about these chicks out here, these women out here like that? Now, I ain't gonna say that he couldn't change. Maybe he have. He's brother, a doctor, or something love now. But back then, way before Kim, beat the shit out of Misa because she thought she was dealing with Eric Sermon, the green-eyed dude. He's known for shit like that, bro. But it's a pattern. And it caught up with him.
There you have it. There you have it. So he spilled all the tea. Now, I'm sorry, y'all think everybody's lying? Okay. Yeah, Diddy has a history of beating on these women. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. But hold on. Did you all know that they're claiming that excerpts from Kim's tell-all book have been leaked? Once in the chat, if you all heard that. They say excerpts from Kim's book have been leaked. Did anyone hear that on yesterday? A child, somebody should have struck back, says Malika. Okay. And so nobody heard that yesterday. I see a 1 from James. Everybody's putting 2s. Well, let me see if I can find that real quick. It's all nefarious. I just want y'all to pay attention. Hold on. I'm going to pause. I'm going to put myself on mute for a second while I make sure this is the right video. Honey, this all gets more and more nefarious. Miss Hotel said, child, this is all a circus. Yes, it clearly is. But hold on. Now, this guy says that, I'm still trying to find the thing about the leaked book, but this guy is saying that the wiki article that was taken down, or the wiki page, that is back up. So hold on. Very mysterious.
Of Kim Porter's. It doesn't make any sense. This has nothing to do with Kim Porter, surely, right? It was Cassie and versus P. Diddy. It was Cassie's lawsuit that came out. So, and Cassie didn't even mention Kim Porter's name in the lawsuit. So why is anything in relation to Kim Porter being deleted or reappearing? And then there are, tracks on here that claim that it's an editor is trying to delete the article. To me, it does look like, perhaps the PR team of PDD's side are trying to do anything. The article was last edited as well 2 hours ago, and it looks like things have been taken out. It is very bizarre. It seems that things were removed at 8 p.m., and then so many more things were added around 9 p.m., all on the 22nd of November. There seems to be so many changes if you look at the history of what is going on. Now, it's just very odd and bizarre as to why this is going on. 11 p.m. on the 21st of November, nominated for deletion. Why are people nominating to delete this? I believe it's one person, and it's just insane. It doesn't make any sense. The last time this was edited was the 24th of November, 2018. Then on the 21st of November 2023, people are trying to delete this article, and there have been people who are editing it and removing content. Why would anybody be doing that in regards to Kim Porter after her passing? I believe Diddy's team, as my personal opinion, are trying to remove things about her. They deleted her page, it came back up, now they're nominating to delete it again. It's very bizarre and eerie, and it doesn't make any sense as to why this has happened. Very small PDD nugget, just a quick update. A lot of these nuggets are coming out tonight because there are a lot of successive updates.
Okay, so he's saying that Diddy's team is deleting things about Kim Porter. Articles, wiki page, and all of that. But then he said the wiki page is mysteriously back up. I find this all very interesting. Hold on.
Literally when it rains, it pours, guys, because we've got a lot of more shocking updates to discuss. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, guys, click that button. It is daily and consistent content. And let's get into this video. Super thanks. Send it my way, please. I would appreciate it. Subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below. So we discussed earlier today that, Macy's wants to, removing P. Diddy's clothing brand. Well, it now looks like that Diego cites Diddy's rape claims in renewed push to now keep him out of tequila ads. In a letter filed in a New York court Friday before the settlement, the London-based spirit maker Diego cited the accusations to bolster its months-long effort to prevent Combs from serving as the face of De Leon Tequila, which he has run in a joint venture with it for a decade. The letter came after a series of lawsuits P. Diddy filed against Diego, whose other brands include Johnny Walker, Don Julio, and Smirnoff.
Hold on, beloved.
He accused the company of pigeonholing De Leon and Ciroc. In its court letter, Diego, the company, pointed to a statement by P. Diddy's lawyers to the New York Times, indicating that he was aware that Cassie actually wanted to expose details of their relationship for at least 6 months, guys, before they emerged publicly. That period, the company said, happens to correspond with the pendency of Combs Wine's original lawsuit against Diego. A spokesperson for P. Diddy didn't comment on the Diego dispute, but said the decision to settle with Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims, as we know. In the days since the R-word accusations emerged, scrutiny of Combs and members of the business circles has intensified, and we now know that Harvey Pierre is facing a lawsuit, who is also part of Bad Boy Records. So it looks like tequila brands are trying to get him off the face. Even influencers have left knowing that he owns XYZ and he's part of them because they want to leave on a moral compass. So it's not just, Macy's dropping his clothing brand. It's now tequila brands that he's a face of, Ciroc and etc. that want him off as well. But get this, guys. On Monday, a co-host of a podcast on Combs' Revolt Media Network has announced that she wouldn't participate in the third season. I am a sexual assault survivor and I cannot be part of a show that's supposed to uplift black women, while P. Diddy leads the company, period. Dawn Montgomery, who hosts Monuments to Me, a podcast about black women's issues and success, she posted on Twitter that she is leaving. Montgomery told NBC that she empathized with Cassie's allegations. I cannot sign on back on and say what I want to be paid to do a podcast where a few of the episodes were probably going to reflect this conversation. Diddy and his people could never do anything towards me to make me feel like I needed to continue to be quiet, period. And you have Joe Budden out here acting like a damn fool. Also, at a performance in LA last weekend, Kesha dropped lyrics referring to Combs in a 2000 hit single TikTok, which opening lines mentioned him. But rather than saying waking up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy, she dropped the name P. Diddy instead. And that video also went viral. And
Okay, now, this is all a hot mess. Okay, this guy has all the receipts. This guy has all the receipts on Diddy because he's the one who did the video about Kim's book being leaked, and the things that were said in it are absolutely a hot mess. Okay, so I'm going to play this also.
A round of emails being released that allegedly show what was going to be in Kim Porter's book, and it was very explosive. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, this supposed book claimed that Kim Porter put up with and witnessed certain things throughout her relationship with Diddy, who was recently accused of significant amount of abuse by ex-girlfriend Cassie in a recent bombshell lawsuit. Now, this was why, Kim Porter allegedly passed away, was killed, etc., because she was about to write a tell-all book. This was something that Jaguar Wright said is very common with everybody around P. Diddy who had been mysteriously disappeared, killed, etc. They were going to write their own books, their own kind of messages, whatever you want to call it, about their experiences and what they had seen. And evidently, P. Diddy did not want this information to be released, or his people did not want this to be released, whoever at this point. This is what all, is being alleged as a theory. These are some of the things in the book that Kim Porter was allegedly going to write and discuss and talk about. And some of the stuff, guys, is mind-blowing. Allegations and accusations reportedly involving Diddy, which include having to allegedly cover up Diddy's gay relationships, that P. Diddy allegedly gave Usher an STD, an explosive encounter between Diddy and Usher's mum, Mary J. Blige being pregnant by Diddy and having an abortion, All of this above claims are all unconfirmed and remain rumors, as there's no evidence to support them. People subsequently took to the internet to detail their thoughts on this alleged tell-all book in relation to Kim Porter's passing and Diddy's lawsuits accusations. One person tweeted, Kim Porter was writing a tell-all book, then magically died and computer misplaced. AIB's Shaw got violently sick after blaming her death on Diddy, and then Kid Cudi's car got blown up for dating Cassie when they broke up. But y'all saying, why is she just now speaking up? No release date was ever confirmed for this alleged book, but claims that Kim Porter had footage of Diddy and Usher being intimate are also alleged. When Porter passed away, the house was reportedly robbed of 2 laptops, which led people to believe that there was additional information or footage to be covered up before being exposed to the public. Although there's no concrete evidence to support the claims made in the above TikTok videos in relation to Porter's alleged book, what does people think about these swirling rumors? This article is discussing it, and they just put up a article piece on this yesterday from what I was reading. Now, of course, a lot of this isn't far-fetched to believe because we have Cassie's lawsuit as an anchorage. That we know as fact because she's come out with this. Now, Diddy's going to refute that it's fact, but that's what Cassie says to be fact. And of course, he settled it within 24 hours. Now, the rumors of that Diddy gave Usher an STD, well, recently I believe somebody came out a couple of years ago saying that Usher had given them an STD, and that was a report. It was unconfirmed. People believe it or not, but that was there. Now, in regards to these, gay relationships and etc., we've seen eerie videos with him and Usher talking about Frosted Flakes and cereal or whatever and sleeping together in bed, and videos of Bieber, etc. So these dots can all be connected from Cassie's lawsuit and what was going on in regards to these resurfaced videos. The freak-offs in Cassie's lawsuit was wild to read. That can also be correlated to these wild allegations that Kim Porter is saying. Personally, what I believe, as my personal opinion, I don't think Kim Porter was, lying about the things that she's seen. I feel like Kim's probably seen some wild shit, and if she wanted to speak about it, it was going to be no-go for P. Diddy, and therefore we ended up having her killed, and therefore, of course, looked sad and everything about it, and, just acting his arse off. That's just what I feel, because clearly she was going to say things that he just simply did not want out there. Whew. Those are the allegations of Kim Porter's alleged book. Don't know if you guys have heard this before. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I feel like this information has been resurfaced because everything's going on, but I think that it's good to resurface information when it comes to Diddy because we need to keep that heat on this man. Do I think anything's going to happen to him anytime soon? No. To be realistic, I don't feel like when you are a billionaire, you are very powerful, so I don't think anything's going to happen anytime soon, to be honest with you. But only time can tell. Subscribe to the channel, click that button.
This man is a whole mess. What is his name? Murad Murali. Honey, I'm gonna follow him because he is clearly messy. He was given so much tea that he had to even take a breath himself. He was like, whoo. This is all nefarious. Okay, I do not know where to begin. I need a shot of vodka, and I don't even drink. I need a whole shot of vodka, and I don't even drink. This is all too much, honey. Please pay attention. Now, he said in the book that was leaked, said they're talking about P. Diddy giving Usher diseases and all this. Now, mind you, this is all alleged. I'm not saying that I contribute to, condone, any of this and that. I can't say whether it's true or false. I'm just telling you what he just said. This is all crazy. This is all crazy. They're saying Mary J. Blige was pregnant by didn't have an abortion. This is all, woo. This is all too much. Wow. But you know what? I didn't even know that Heavy D had fallen out with P. Diddy. I didn't even know that Heavy D was supposed to be writing a tell-all book about P. Diddy too before he died. This is all crazy. Anybody trying to defend this man at this point, you need to sit down somewhere. Okay, the allegations are flying, and it's only going to get worse from here. I just want you all to pay attention. It's only going to get worse. Leon said, I don't drink either. I need one too. Okay, this is all so much. Ooh, Stacey said, you didn't know either, beloved. Mm-hmm. This is all crazy. So with that all being said, here's the thing. The psychic Sloan Bella has some more interesting details. Hold on, let me make sure I'm pulling up the right receipt. I think this is it. Let me make sure.
I'm Sloan from SloanBella.com, and I am back with another.
Hold on, I'm gonna skip past some of this. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share.
From North Carolina. I love Lidl because the show
Here we
is
go.
incredible. The variety, unique products, and affordable price.
Feel her and we'll have a sense of knowing she's there, but the level of sadness that they feel worries her quite a bit. So she's very, very aware of that. When I mention her former boyfriend, the energy pulls back. So she's not so focused on him. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming, is what she said. I knew this was coming. It was set into motion going back 16 years. He had a 16-year climb. I don't know what happened in 2007, but he had some sort of a shift energetically, and he took a choice or made a choice that took him on the wrong path. He was already on the wrong path, okay? Starting with a J-Lo thing in the club. That is why her career kicked off, because when you keep your mouth shut around P. Diddy, you get rewarded, right? So whatever happened in 2007 was so noted on an energetic level. You cannot escape the frequency of your actions, even if you escape repercussions on earth. You cannot escape frequency. So no matter what you do or say, no matter how you approach things, you cannot escape what you've done. Like if you go out down the street and there's no motive for you to do something to somebody and you rob them and, run them over, if people don't see you and you're not connected to them, obviously they're not going to know who you are because there's no...
Okay, I'm fast forwarding, you guys. Hold on.
Is that he will be forgotten about, which seems impossible because he's been all over the news like a crazy person and is very famous and very wealthy. Another thing that I'm being shown is that he doesn't own all his wealth. It's a weird thing to say. He's got allegedly $700 million, if not more. That's just that's going back into the mid 2000s when they guesstimated that. It's not his money I'm being shown. So when they tell you these people have that money, he cannot do what he wants with all that money. That's a trick. It's a trap. It doesn't exist. I'm being told it doesn't exist. That does not mean he doesn't have 13 homes, a bunch of nice ass clothes, cars, Lamborghinis, women, tricks, every equipment. He is given those things with part of the money, but he doesn't have control over it all. And they are siphoning it for him right now. I'm seeing it like a milkshake, and there's a straw, and his wealth is being sucked. So by him agreeing to pay Cassie off, the others are coming behind until there's a complete and utter takedown of P. Diddy and his 3 right-hand men, okay? 3. So there's going to be a takedown that comes in with that. And he's going to try to step away. They're not done. And here's another thing I'm being shown.
Now I want you all to pay attention because she said this days ago. She said there's going to be a takedown of Diddy's 3 right-hand men. And she doesn't know who those men are. But pay attention because Harv Pierre was once Diddy's right-hand man. Please pay attention.
Okay, I don't know how to word this. This, to me, reminds me of like a binding spell in voodoo. And I don't know what I'm talking about with that. But his mouth is being sewn up. So when I see his face, the image I get is the mouth is being sewn up. So he is going to be unable to speak for some reason. I can't talk. I cannot speak for myself anymore. This to me sounds like a losing of faculties, a losing of thought, a losing of thinking. I cannot speak, but it's sewed up around his mouth. That's actually how I'm seeing it. They're going to stitch his mouth shut. Why? I ask why. This is how it works for me. So when something hits me, I get impressions and I just express those impressions. I could be right. I could be wrong. Obviously, nobody's 100% right. It's always worked this way for me. So when I ask him energetically, meaning in my head, however you want to word that, when I ask her why his mouth is being sewn up, it's because of his mentors and they don't want it coming out over here, even though some of them are outing themselves. These are old guys connected to old time, old style Motown. And she's showing me.
I wonder if Clive Davis is involved. I have a myriad of questions, but let me continue.
That he's being shut up from outing them or from speaking about them. for some reason. So there's a hierarchy going on here, and there's a total takedown of him. He is being sacrificed. So he may think he gets away with stuff. He may think it's cool he does what he does, but now he's the sacrificial lamb. And I do mean that. There's something that comes up with him in March, speaking of the lamb, during the Easter time frame, March, April, right in that time frame. That's why I said lamb. There's something else that's going to come up with him. We are not done. It is a complete takedown. And then you will see this man's energy. So his three close right-hand people, and I have no idea who they are. I don't know who he considers close. There might be people he's seen within public, and they might not actually be his three right-hand men. His responsibility goes long and far, but on a frequency level, astral level, which means when the physical body stops breathing, we step out into the realm around us. So it's like stepping into the air, into the ethers, except there's a doorway into another energy frequency. That's all it is a frequency, like a radio station, okay? So when we're talking about it, he steps into a different frequency and they are blocking him. So you're not going to be able to connect with his energy as you evolve. I mean, you the people, we the people, all of us are not going to understand like where his power's gone, because it's going to be so obvious that we don't focus on him. And as a result of that, he cannot continue to do what he does. That is the balancing of karma. It's balance. Karma is not vindictive, it's balance. So when somebody is not responsible for their repercussions on earth, and think they can just shove it under the counter, there is a strong female connected to Kim who's going to come out with more information, and it involves her family members and him, okay?
I wonder if it's Kamora Lee Simmons.
Strong thing. A lot of people knew what this man did. That was confusing to me because I understand money and power. And I understand, as is the case with Harvey Weinstein, a lot of people knew what was going on and nobody said anything until everybody said everything. We're seeing the same takedown. The time frame that we're in, Earth or this planet, is evolving, and it is a spiritual war. So if you are harming the essence and frequency of another person, and you continue to do it right now, your repercussions are to be removed from that frequency. Now, what does P. Diddy need most? He needs our attention, our admiration. He needs us to pay attention to him. He needs us on a frequency level. So this is what's happening to him. People are not going to respond. Like, he can walk down the street and people will not notice him. I mean, they might, but it's not going to be the same where people are like, oh my God. And there are younger musicians that are going to come out against him and talk about what he did. The bodies that are buried, okay? So the bodies that are buried, they're going to talk about it. Talk about it. There are men in other countries who are going to speak about it. There is political connections to him in other countries and this country. They're going to speak about it. He will not be able to spend his money. That huge amount of wealth. I mean, what are you going to spend that on? But do you ever wonder why these people only donate to specific organizations in a specific way, as opposed to, for example, leaving 600 million of the 700 million to help the homeless in LA or help people in the Ukraine or whatever it is? Yeah, no, not going to happen. Not going to happen because he doesn't have control of that money. I'm literally being shown that. He has a lot of that money, but not all of it. So there is some sort of bait and switch that they have done to us when we look at somebody and admire them in order to keep our energy attached to his energy and attached to the idea that that's the way to live. That's not the way to live because he's basically void inside, okay? So there's a voidness. Kim Porter stands up so strong, okay? She stands up so strong. I am being represented and they will find out what he did. So somebody is legally representing her in her death is what I'm being told. I don't know who it is or how that works, but somebody is representing her. I am not without basis.
Barista.
This is all nefarious. Hold on, I'm waiting for this advertisement to end.
Somebody to help me. She's being helped. And it's not behind the scenes. Somebody on this side is helping her image, her memory, her spirit on that side. She is not going to remain listed as a pneumonia death. I mean, it might be, but people are going to know what happened to her. She's a really good girlfriend, and there's a series of girlfriends, actually. There's a whole series, and I distinguish a difference with one of them because the girl's hair color is different. So this other woman looks like an actress as well, who was very close to Kim Porter. And she had, I'm just going to say it, like strawberry hair, or the hair is strawberry. She prefers that color. She's been secretly working behind the scenes to get information. And don't think if you're in his circle or you're around him that you're untouchable, because they're telling me he is being brought down. He is being sacrificed in favor of his mentor. So there is a mentor that did to him what he did to this current girlfriend and to Kim Porter and every other person that he's been around to take advantage of on an energetic level. He is now going to reap that. That is now happening to him because they don't want the person who groomed him to go down. And that guy hides in the background. There's a whole bunch of like political stuff going on. Like there's political stuff. There's ties to this country, that country. Don't think it's just about the music. The clothing was the clothing people love. I've talked to dudes that love the clothing. You hear the kids in school, they all want to wear the clothing, right? The clothing is a front for something else. The clothing is a front. Of course, they have to produce clothing, obviously, or you can't sell clothing, but it's a front for something else. That clothing traveled all over the world. What happened as that clothing was traveling all over the world? That too is going to be rectified. So this man's going down. Within 4 years, I see his energy kind of whitewashed out, and I don't feel he's around. I know that something comes up around Easter time in reference to him and other people accusing him. I don't feel he's going to go to court ever. I feel it's going to be a continuation of dominoes until he can't take it anymore. And then there is a moving away, both in a physical sense and an energetic sense. But remember, they are shutting his mouth. He cannot speak. So that's coming up on him. Like that's happening. They're literally, energetically shutting his mouth. So he can't even defend himself. He won't even be able to speak to justify what he did. You know, some people are like, yeah, but she deserved it or he deserved it. That's not even going to happen. He can't say it. They are shutting him down from communicating. The next thing they're going to do is turn our focus this way while he goes that way, and he won't even understand it. So this man is in a whole lot of shit on an energy level, and he's going to understand, and he's still not fully cognitive of what he did. So he himself snaps in and out of like, yeah, that wasn't a good thing to do. I didn't do anything. Like, dude, I paid her. I did this. He snaps in and out of that. He snaps in and out, in and out. So I wouldn't be surprised if what I'm seeing is like a drug addiction he may have or a way of tuning his mind out. But he should not be trusting anybody around him, like nobody, because they will turn on him. And there's 3 people directly close and tied to him that are going to go down as well. And by go down, I mean lose their money, their status, and their power, and be energetically shunned and tied down. There is such a thing. The frequency does it. He's staying behind in a frequency. And when you live in that frequency, you're not going to achieve anymore. That's
all right, I think we've heard enough. So she's predicting the downfall of Diddy. Please pay attention. Yeah, he's going down. Down for the counts. Okay? It won't be bad boys forever. This is all so crazy. Diddy is the face of the Illuminati, says Lana L. Diddy done sold his soul to the devil, says Deronda. Remember when what Tyson Beckford said back in 2000, Sean John at the Sean John Fashion Show, says James, he was doing weird things with some of the male models. That's what he said about Diddy back then, that he was doing weird things with some of the male models. This is all nefarious. Reggie said, my theory is this has to do with Quincy Jones and his nefarious ways. Well, I believe it's Clive Davis, beloved. Now, it could be Quincy Jones, but I think that the person that they're talking about, or that she's talking about, is Clive Davis. Because Clive Davis mentored Diddy. Okay? That's who mentored Diddy. And she specifically used that word. She said his mentor. And Clive Davis mentored Diddy. Diddy does a lot of the things that Clive Davis has done, allegedly. It's Felicia says, I still want to know who this woman is. This is Sloan Bella. She's a psychic, beloved. Okay? She's a psychic. This is all crazy. Reggie said Clive is the you. Hold on. Where'd that comment go? Clive is the you that put them all on. Right. Mm-hmm. Andre Harrell did too, Queen, and he's dead now. Yeah, I remember I was talking about that. We were naming all these bodies of people just dying around Diddy. Craig Mack, Heavy D, Black Rob, Kim Porter, okay, Andre Harrell. Y'all still think this man have nothing to do with that? Tupac, Biggie. I'm sorry, what? This is all nefarious. Durrani said, I wonder if Diddy was molested when he was younger. I don't know. I don't know. Good question. Queen Amani Hewitt says, how many more will come forth? Right. That's what we shall see. Because more are definitely going to come forth, okay? There's going to be some men too. There's going to be some men coming forth, and some of these men are going to be from other countries. Pay attention. The men are going to start coming out on Diddy. Just sit back and watch. All right? It's going to be men coming from everywhere, of different countries, from around the country, or from different countries included. All right? I thought Biggie was Diddy's, where did that go? Best friend, light brown sugar sister. But at the end of the day, they've been saying for years that Biggie lost his life because he was about to leave Bad Boys Entertainment. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just telling you what they've been saying. Okay, now Black Rob was actually sick and Heavy D had a heart attack. Yeah, we know he had a heart attack, and they said initially that Kim Porter had a heart attack. Okay, that means nothing to me. They said Heavy D was writing we know how Black Rob died. They said that Heavy D was writing a tell-all book. Okay? At the end of the day, they have things that can make you have a heart attack. I think I already talked to you all about that chemical the other day. At the end of the day, like I said, it's a whole bunch of people falling down. Well, when you dance to the music, you eventually, hold on, where'd that comment go? You eventually have to pay the piper. Exactly. Lana said Biggie wanted out of his contract. Yes. Durrani said the House of Cards is definitely teetering. Stacey said Heavy D had pneumonia. So Heavy D had pneumonia and a heart attack. Isn't that what they said Kim had, beloved? I'm sorry. Please make it all make sense. If Heavy D had pneumonia and then had a heart attack, I didn't know anything about him having pneumonia. Let me look that up. The Heavy D died from a heart attack is what they said. They initially said that Kim Porter died from a heart attack too. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that? It says that his death was initially thought to be connected to pneumonia. An autopsy released in December of 2011 stated that the cause of death was a pulmonary embolism caused by a clot in his leg. I never knew they said anything about pneumonia with Heavy D. I find it all very interesting because they said the same thing about Kim Porter. Please pay attention. So at the end of the day, hold on. Somebody just said, hold on. It's easy to say someone died from pneumonia. Love Her says, yeah, it is. Reggie said allegedly Kim was poisoned, resulting in a heart attack. Allegedly, absolutely. Kim Peoples even said that they were surprised since she had a good bill of health prior to her health or her death. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Lillian X says, so you can have pneumonia and die from a heart attack? Honey, I don't know. I'm just telling you what the people said, honey. This is all crazy. Stacey said, right. They did say pneumonia. Danielle said, I read that too, Queen. Thank you. Okay, I know I'm not crazy, honey. I have a very good recollection. Also, Diddy's into dark magic. And IYK, what does that mean? How they can cause you to have certain ailments, says Love Her. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Miss Evie says, like I said before, a heart attack equals CIA. Well, they have a heart attack gun. They said the actor or the doctor that did the breast surgery for Cassie had an accident or something. Let me tell you all something about that. The doctor who they said did that surgery for Cassie, yes, he absolutely did. Hold on. I remember when this happened. This happened in 2010 or 11, and I thought it was very suspicious because this doctor supposedly, hold on, let me look this up. Because this doctor supposedly drove off of a cliff. And while he was texting or something like that. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, I remember that. But I didn't even know at the time that he had any connection to Cassie and Diddy. Let me just pull this up. Frank Ryan, that was his name, drove over a cliff while sending a Twitter message to his dog. Now, come on now. Say what now? Sending a Twitter message to his dog August the 18th of 2010. First of all, that sounds hella suspicious, okay? That sounds real suspicious. Why would somebody be driving past a cliff and then they look down to text something, specifically to a dog? Okay, Malika said, oh, honey child, Diddy is the Grim Reaper. Okay? Now, it goes on to say that Dr. Frank Ryan, the surgeon who performed extensive plastic surgery on Heidi Montage, was sending a Twitter message about his dog before his fatal crash in Los Angeles. Okay, August the 18th of 2010. Well, this is all nefarious. This is all nefarious, honey. Please pay attention. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Hold on, I'm trying to see something. Okay, so I just looked it up. And he absolutely did do Cassie's breast implants. I just want to verify that because I'd heard that too. It says exclusive. Sean Diddy Combs pressured Cassie to get breast implants only to demand that she reverse the surgery the next day, despite health risks because they were too big. See, that just shows you right there. That's just low down and dirty. Now, can you imagine the pain and discomfort from having that type of surgery and then only to be forced to get it redone the next day before you even have time to heal? Years before being accused of raping ex-girlfriend Cassie and forcing her to have sex with prostitutes, rapper Sean Diddy Combs pressured the singer to get breast implants only to order her to have them removed the following day, despite the plastic surgeon's warnings that it could harm her. He didn't care. Now, a source close to the former couple recalled her horror witnessing the exchange, which saw Cassie fresh from surgery, crying but silent, as the Bad Boy founder demanded that celebrity surgeon Dr. Frank Ryan immediately remove the breast implants despite the serious health risk. Okay, now, speaking exclusively to the DailyMail.com, the witness said that Diddy thought they could go right back into surgery, like now, take them out. And Dr. Ryan was like, no way, trying to explain to him that we should wait at least 6 months to see how it heals, because she was just opened up. But Diddy was like, no, they've got to come out. Call who you need to call. They've got to come out. The witness, who spoke on the condition of being anonymous, said the discussion took place shortly after Thanksgiving in 2009. at the office of Dr. Ryan, who died the following August 2010 when he accidentally drove off a cliff in Malibu while sending a text message. Y'all need to make this all make sense. I mean, y'all think these things are all coincidences? The inside source says she did not speak out at the time to avoid causing more problems for the couple. But that calculus changed last Thursday when Cassie, whose full name is Cassandra Ventura, filed a bombshell lawsuit accusing the hip-hop mogul of controlling and abusing her for over a decade. The singer claimed Diddy plied her with drugs, viciously beat her, and forced her to have sex with multiple male prostitutes and recorded the encounters. So the source says, I never thought Cassie would ever come forward to talk about all of this. When she finally did yesterday, I was like, thank God. I'm so happy that she has the courage to do what she's doing. And I was more than happy to come forward myself to describe the level of abuse that I saw she was enduring. See all of these witnesses backing Cassie up? Okay, y'all can sit there and say that she did it for a bag. That even if she did for a bag or whatnot, doesn't negate the fact that Diddy likely did all of these things of which he's accused. But just a day after the lawsuit became public and the insider spoke to dailymail.com, Diddy announced that the two had settled the lawsuit in Manhattan's federal district court. No specific details on the terms were revealed. But the witness to the 2009 episode in the plastic surgeon's office, meanwhile, shared her account to help corroborate one more core contention of Cassie's lawsuit, that Diddy was deeply controlling. I've always been traumatized myself about what I saw. Even the witness was traumatized. Y'all still want to keep defending this bullshit? Okay, I've always been traumatized myself from what I saw. To me, watching this, it was just so cruel, so horrible. She was treated like a rat. It was literally like her voice was snatched and there was nothing she could do. That if she started standing up for herself, she'd be in trouble. She knew to keep quiet and go along with whatever he was saying. Yeah, for those of you who said, why is she just now coming out? Okay, Slim Thug with your silly self. But let me continue. Reps for Combs or Cassie did not respond to the request for comment. Now, the latest allegations seem to align with the narrative depicting Diddy as a controlling partner in Cassie's lawsuit, as well as claims by other associates of the couple, including rapper Young Jock, who once recalled how the music mogul was behind her dramatic makeover and an edgy hairstyle in 2009. Y'all remember I showed you the footage. Okay, when Jock said that. So this is all crazy. Said he ordered Cassie to have half her hair shaved. This is all crazy. Now, speaking on Diddy's role in Cassie's boob job that same year, the witness said that she first became concerned during the initial consultation when he accompanied her to the appointment with Dr. Ryan. The doctor had treated a host of stars, including Heidi Montage, Gene Simmons, Shauna Sand, and Vince Neil. Describing the office visit in 2009, the source recalled how Diddy had done nearly all of the talking during the consultation. He presented his vision for Cassie's breasts as she stood topless before them and had photos taken of her body. It was him talking about what he wanted, not what Cassie wanted. Please pay attention. She was like his doll, like a dress-up doll. She had a flat chest. He said he wanted a full shape, sexy, but not too big. The source said that typically patients speak for themselves. Usually men act like I just want her to be happy, even though they know it's for them. Men are usually kind of quiet in these consultations. It was out of the ordinary that he was doing all of the talking and that she wasn't even saying anything. She appeared agreeable, amiable, but quiet. Dr. Ryan excited to have the famous rapper in his luxurious cosmetic surgery office on Brighton Way, was proudly and confidently agreeing with everything that he said. He just got into his artistry mode. The witness recalled of the surgeon who charged about $16,000 for the procedure. He was describing how great the outcome is going to be, how confident he was about achieving the desired results. The surgery took place weeks later in another location, with Cassie being released that evening. But according to the source, Diddy was furious with the results. The very next day, he wanted to meet Dr. Ryan and discuss having the breast implants removed for a smaller size. He said they were too big. Dr. Ryan called the witness, expressing alarm and wanting her to be present for the meeting. He wanted me there because he needed some support. He thought there would be strength in numbers, with me helping to navigate him through this. During this visit, he probably wanted to make sure Diddy didn't jump on him, okay? Because Diddy was probably so furious on the phone, the man was scared. Probably think he's going to do something crazy. I'm sure he'd heard the same stories that we've all heard. Please pay attention. Now, during this visit, this is all alleged. I'm just speculating at this point. Now, during this visit, Cassie quietly sobbed as Diddy railroaded the surgeon. It was the day after surgery, and she looked like she was still in pain. The plastic surgeon tried to talk sense into Diddy. The doctor was shocked and seemed like he was going to piss his pants. Like, what am I going to do with this? He was trying to hold his ground that this was never going to happen, assuring him that we can get the desired result, but we need time for healing. He was saying there's a lot of swelling now, but that it will go down. See, this is how you know Diddy's just a whole fool. Because when you have a surgery like that, of course there's swelling. So they weren't likely even going to be as big as they appeared, okay? So, but Diddy just wasn't convinced and kept saying, no, they've got to come out. The doctor finally succumbed to the pressure. He felt bad for her, and it was sad. It was just sad. And while this was going on, Cassie was not talking at all. She was crying, visibly traumatized, but she wasn't saying anything at all and just going along with whatever he said. She wasn't advocating for herself or for her boobs at all. And he, Diddy, that is, was not comforting her at all. Privately, Dr. Ryan told me this was mutilation, that I can't even believe this. He said, he was saying that poor Cassie, for poor Cassie, this is just awful. Now, the source said the doctor rushed to get his supplies and team together and performed the follow-up surgery within a week. The witness said she never saw Diddy or Cassie again. She kept silent until now. She says she's proud of Cassie for going public. I'm not surprised her body was not her own at all, because in that moment, I witnessed it was not her body. It was his body to be dressed up and enhanced the way he wanted it. If somebody doesn't respect somebody's body being cut up, I can imagine that he cared about her body or her in any area of her life. She deserves to have agency over her body and to reclaim her dignity that was lost in that relationship. So, this is all egregious. Christopher said Cassie was paying the price for fame. Yep. Reggie said, what about his Hippocratic oath? Right, to do no harm. Exactly. But, you know, he was clearly afraid of Diddy. That's what I think it boiled down to. Queen Amona Hewitt said, spoiled brat. Yes, absolutely. That Crazy Beach Eric said, thank you, Queen, for the ebook. You're welcome, beloved. Okay, and you all don't forget the new ebooks are for sale, okay, for $8. All right, so you may win one with the trivia tomorrow. Please pay attention. Miss Hotel said this is just awful. It absolutely is. Listen, at the end of the day, they are so bored and sick, they're probably messing with animals too. This is all crazy. Reggie said, I think I'd be afraid too. Well, I clearly would. I mean, cars blowing up, people being dangled from balconies, people dying mysteriously. Yeah, who wouldn't be scared unless you had that kind of backing and power as well? But if not, just so you all know that 50 Cent said that he's going to be producing and directing, I believe, Surviving P. Diddy. Please pay attention. This is all crazy. But anyway, with that all being said, who he think he is? Big Red, said Cancer 21. This I am said sounds like a mob boss. I told you all that the other day, that he sounds like, who does he think he is? The mafia? I mean, clearly. Right, this is all crazy. Nisa Q said he's so petty. Yes. Miss Hotel said 50 is a mess. Reggie said 50 better watch out. Honey, I don't think Diddy knows not to mess with 50 at this point, okay? He knows better. But anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in, honey. This was all so nefarious. And, you know, pay attention because more things will tend to come unraveled. Okay, more things. At the end of the day, my next thing is to try to find out where that leaked footage or audio of Kim's book is. Lena L said a whole mafia leader. Yeah. Jay Gray said 50 got goons around him. You better know it. This is all crazy. Let me tell you all something too. Remember the other day when you all were talking about Ryan Leslie, the guy that used to date Cassie prior to Diddy? And I was like, who's that? Well, no wonder I forgot who he was, because this dude, okay, Diddy not only stole his woman, but, you know, his bad boy deal that fell through. And then to add insult to injury, Ryan Leslie supposedly had a lot of new music that he had not yet released on a laptop that he left in a limo. And he had some jewelry and other stuff in there. When he went back, the bag was gone and the laptop was gone with all his music on it. So he put out $1 million reward for the return of the laptop. When he got it back, someone claims to have found it in the wilderness, out in the woods somewhere, in a bag. And so when they brought it back to him, the music had all been deleted. It was all erased. Okay. And so then he didn't want to pay the $1 million because the main reason he was offering it was to get his music back. And so the guy ended up suing him in court to get the money and won. This is all so crazy. Ryan James said Ryan Leslie was a brilliant guy. Okay. I heard that he's now living in another country. Eric Adams has been accused now, Queen. What? Eric Adams? Honey, let me just dig this up. This is all nefarious. Are you talking about Eric Adams that sounded like had a raspy voice? Hold on. Oh, Eric Adams. You know what? I'm thinking about that singer. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. Say what now? Let me just find this real quick. Here it is. Yep. Here it is right here. I didn't know that he was accused. Says that, hold on. This came out literally 47 minutes ago. Eric Adams accused of sexual assault in 1993 in Newfoundland. This is all nefarious. Thank you, beloved, for letting me know. So just when he thought it was safe, he probably was like, whoo, I'm out of here. The deadline's tomorrow. But no, here we go. Okay, New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been accused of sexual assault from 30 years ago in a new legal claim under the Adult Survivors Act. The accusations are the latest troubles for the mayor of the nation's largest city, as he also deals with federal investigations into his campaign finances. The civil summons alleges that Adams, a former NYPD officer, sexually assaulted the plaintiff when they worked as city employees in 1993. The summons was filed late Wednesday in New York State Supreme Court in Manhattan and first reported by the Messenger news outlet. Now, the mayor, through a spokesperson, denied knowing the plaintiff, whose name was being withheld. Now, saying that if they never met, he doesn't recall, a City Hall spokesperson said in a statement. But he would never do anything to physically harm another person and vigorously denies any such claim. Now, an attorney for the plaintiff did not immediately respond to requests for comments. The court filing names Adams, New York City, the Transit Bureau of the New York Police Department, and the Guardian Association of the NYPD as defendants. The plaintiff seeks at least $5 million in damages. Now, the claims brought here allege intentional and neglect acts and omissions for physical, psychological, and other injuries suffered as a result of conduct that would constitute sexual offenses. The 3-page summons contained few other details about the alleged assault. It is expected to be followed by a fuller legal complaint. Now, the 1-year look-back window for the Adult Survivors Act closes on Thursday. The legislation allowed for I think it's the 24th. But anyway, the legislation allowed for the filing of civil suits accusing victims or individuals and institutions of sexual misconduct, regardless of when the alleged incidents occurred. Former President Donald Trump and Harvey Weinstein are among the big names that have been sued under the act. The sexual assault allegations against Adams are the latest in his legal troubles. So, this is all nefarious, honey. All I have to say is, who's next? Who is next? Okay? It's crazy. This is absolutely, is that Ninja? Is it Get Ninja Month or something? Says Truth Montage. Well, the truth of it is, it's not just black men. They've also have allegations against Axl Rose, who's white, and against Jimmy Iovine, who's also white. So it's not about black men, okay? I know somebody was trying to push that theory yesterday. Oh, they're trying to bring black men down. No, it's white men too. It's white men too. And some of these men absolutely likely did exactly what they're accused of. Pay attention. Okay? Some of them absolutely did what they're accused of. Now, like I said, I don't believe that lie about Jamie Foxx. I'm calling it a lie, allegedly. I'll say that much. But I don't believe the allegations against Jamie. Because how are you disabled, lady? Okay, how are you disabled? Had she not thrown that little bit in, honey, I may have said, well, maybe, but no. All right, so Ryan said, who's next to get Diddy bopped? Monica said, surviving P. Diddy. I'm ready for it. I am too. Naps TV said, Jimmy Iovine is more powerful than Puff. Of course he is. Exactly. But they got him too. Internet Goulash said, Russell Brand too. Please say it ain't so. Let me look this up, honey. Russell Brand. What? Who is next? Can I get off this live? If one more person gets a suit filed against them before I can get off this live. This is all crazy. Yep, this was from earlier this month. I had not even heard about this. Child, it done got Russell. They done got Russell. I follow Russell on Rumble because he be spilling all the tea about the nefariousness that goes on that we can't speak about on ScrewTube. Russell Brand, the comedian accused of 4 sexual assault allegations earlier this year, was hit with a new lawsuit Friday by a woman alleging that he exposed himself to her on set of the movie Arthur in 2010 and then sexually assaulted her in the bathroom. In an affidavit in New York Supreme Court and obtained by Rolling Stone, Jane Doe asked to proceed anonymously because she's still a working actor and fears being blacklisted. The woman claims that Brand previously used his social media platform to rally his fan base to support him in the face of the current accusations. Now, Doe alleges in her complaint obtained by the Rolling Stone that the attack occurred on July the 7th of 2010 inside the Manhattan restaurant Le Cirque. I guess that's how you say it. Her lawsuit claims that Brand was sitting at a table inside the restaurant waiting to film a scene when he locked eyes with the plaintiff and pulled his erect cucumber or eggplant out of his pants in an open and obvious manner. This is all so disgusting. Please say it ain't so, Russell. But anyway, prior to the assault, Mr. Brand appeared intoxicated, smelled of alcohol, and was carrying a bottle of vodka on set. Honey, I need a bottle of vodka at this point. This is all too much. Now, Doe's personal affidavit filed with complaint states that he then exposed his eggplant to me on the set and in full view of the cast and crew, including people who were employees of Warner Brothers Pictures Incorporated, Warner Brothers Discovery Inc., and MBST Entertainment Inc., and Bender Spink Inc., and or Langley Park Pictures. Well, all of them are going to be named in this lawsuit, I guarantee you. The sexual assault happened later that same day when I was in the bathroom. Mr. Brand entered after me and assaulted me as a member of the production crew, guarded the door from the outside. Wow, really? According to the complaint, Brand followed Doe into the multi-stall bathroom during a break in filming. Brand was in the restroom physically blocking the exit with his body, with his pants pulled down and an erect, y'all know what, exposed to plaintiff once again. And Brand then allegedly walked behind the plaintiff and pressed himself up against her backside. Child, this is all crazy. Brand was forced the plaintiff into a stall and repeatedly asked her to kiss his exposed eggplants. Brand then pushed plaintiff's head down and forced the eggplant to her mouth. The forced, oh my Lord, I can't go on. This is all enough. JB said hearsay and is not evidence. Well, here's the thing. I want you to pay attention. Beloved. You said hearsay is not evidence. Absolutely. Hearsay absolutely is not evidence. It is not admissible in court. Now, the thing is, how do you know that there's no evidence? Okay. She clearly said the cast and crew was there present and that somebody guarded the door. Now, if this goes to trial, which it likely won't if it's true, it'll get settled. But if it went to trial and these people were subpoenaed, we don't know what they would say. Okay? No idea, Queen. Hold on. No idea, Queen of Receipts strikes again. Okay? Internet Goulash. Thank you. Leon said he's a monster. I mean, if it's true, he absolutely is. This is all crazy. Coco Marshmallow said, I would love to hear what the group of Making the Band has to say about Diddy. Yeah, I'd like to hear that too. Well, anyway, let me get out of here because this live is almost 2 hours long, honey. If anybody else has any more allegations before the live is concluded, I don't know what to even tell you all. Jay Gray said, if it goes to trial, they can file a class action for sexual assault. Hold on. Queen Ahmadiyyah, it's Oprah Grand Prize show over here. Right. You get a lawsuit, you get a lawsuit, you get a lawsuit. Okay? This is all crazy. Well, anyway, at the end of the day, I'm out of here. Reggie says, listen, if these people have to testify, they probably will change their stories for fear of not working in the industry again. Yeah, that is absolutely something that could happen, beloved. Okay? Support the arts, said Queen. You could be a court TV correspondent. I know, right? This is all nefarious. So with that all being said, everyone enjoy the rest of this lovely day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Okay? We will see how this all pans out. Until next time, beloveds, peace.
Hit him with that gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got